Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So following up on the story we took yesterday about the young woman who was giving her baby alcohol, she came out to do a rejoinder. It seems she watched the show because somebody on the show, let me not mention the person's name, gave the right excuse, but the defense did not work because she came out to say that what she did in that video was that she did not give her child the alcohol, that she had cut the sachet open and had emptied the package and then poured in a cola drink into the sachet. That what she was feeding her baby is the cola drink. Ati cola, ati alcohol, both of them. I don't even understand the level of ignorance that will make someone come out and do a video saying they were giving a baby a cola soda drink. But the text and the original video said, I'm giving my child this drink to calm my child down. So do you buy the excuse? Call us to join the conversation. Nima does not look like she buys that retraction, in like, I don't get. Nima, why are you such in doubt? Why can't you just have faith?
The stopper that said that education of human capital is extremely important. The people that started this business of content, Meta, all of them, can we start a content university? At least, or it's content secondary school, because somebody now needs to teach them that you still have the responsibility of reforming society. Even if it's water you pour in that sachet, the sachet and a baby should not be in the same sentence. It should not be in a 5 month. The two of them cannot join together and follow, because you've just destroyed society. A lot of people are... drop one line, ignorance, something.
If you think ignorance is expensive,
the cost of ignorance is so expensive. A lot of people are very ignorant and they follow trends. I remember back then when, forgive my language, fashion for me did not mean opening up the body. And so a friend of ours his daughter showed up at home from school in spaghetti tops, and my parents were talking to her, Alaji, what's wrong with this girl? She said, no, that's what is trending now. Because you don't have a standard, whatever is trending. So people will watch the video and say, the woman did video and she had traction. And they will do the same. Some people will do that video, they will not even pour anything in that sachet. They will give the original content. That's the misinformation that you sat down and did. It shows that you don't have complex thinking. So I'm not buying it. I'm not interested. It's one of us that even open your eye to open. Personally, that's how I feel about it.
So I take responsibility
for giving expo,
for opening eyes.
Yes.
I take responsibility. Well, my happiness is that people are watching this show. They are watching your view. Let your view count. And it's counting. But, right? There's no excuse for putting Coca-Cola inside an alcoholic sachet to give to your child. Even giving a baby a Coke drink is not it. And then you also said that you're giving the child the substance to calm the child down. Everybody knows what sugar rush does to a child or does to kids. So that's the opposite. So, Auntie, even though you heard what we said and you went too quickly, you did not get it right.
Do a video.
Yes, common sense is not always common. And I don't even know why you're still sitting down in that house where you won't still have the time to even set ring light again to do another video. What the social welfare people and police people are doing is what I don't know. Because you have too much time on your hands, obviously.
So for me too, that's what I saw. Immediately I saw that video, I said, obviously she has not been
caught yet.
She hasn't even been visited yet. At least from her, this new video should have shown her a bit more remorseful. She's there smiling and happy because she has yet to understand that it is not only about the alcohol, right? It's also about the messaging that she was sending. So even if it wasn't alcohol, first, the cola drink is also just as bad as the alcohol because that's the baby. The baby doesn't need that. But that you do not really understand the message that we're passing here is that you created a content based on falsehood. Something that shows you harming a child, because you don't understand that yet. So it means to me that you haven't yet been visited. Someone hasn't sat you down yet to educate you on the dangers of what you have just done, even if it was just fake content or whatever for clout. And the person standing beside you, I don't know if it's your husband or your brother, that person also needs to be seated and educated, because obviously since you're surrounded by people who do not understand the gravity of what it is that you have done. And for me, I just hope that immediately the Ministry of Women Affairs or whatever, the local office in that area, please see to this woman quickly, because for us, this is one thing that we have seen. We don't know what other misinformation or lack of knowledge concerning child rearing and, you know, that she doesn't have. And she's already, you know, exposing that child to. So this is a woman that definitely needs some education, and we need to also use her as a point of contact for many other young mothers who are raising children, to learn from her mistakes and do better. There's just, for me, this is dangerous. Even the second video, for me, is even more dangerous because it shows someone who doesn't understand what she's done.
So, obviously, the conversation around educating mothers, educating the society, from the comments, the fact that some people were still sort of trying to defend the video, and even though majority were calling out the video as still completely wrong, but there were still a few people. It shows there's a huge gap, huge knowledge gap in the population. It's surprising for me that, like, it's a no-brainer. How would you say you give a child Coke? How would you say you give a child alcohol? Whichever one you're giving that child, it doesn't make any sense. To even pick up your phone and record it and even post it, it's like, do you know all the shades of wrong, like all the crimes you have committed? And then that brings us to the fact that they don't know. And these are the people that would go and vote for who our president is going to be. These are the people that are going to make the decisions that would affect our future. We do not have a choice but to prioritize education. Following the fact that just yesterday we took in the papers that ASU has some lecturers going on strike. They are not teaching because they haven't been paid their salary. You're asking yourself, like, okay, so the ones that are even going to school, they cannot even get lecturers to teach them because we did not pay the salary of the lecturers. As a country, we need to do better. Definitely. This is a result of what we did not do in the past. So yes, you can take responsibility. The girl should be prosecuted for what she did and whatever it is should be done, but our leaders too should take responsibility. And let's not point to politicians, let's point to the civil service, because they are there forever. Whether government goes, government comes back. We have the
National Orientation Agency.
We have National Orientation Agency. We have Ministry of Women Affairs. We have Ministry of Youth and Development. We have too many ministries that already have always been there. And these ministries have dropped the ball. Ministry of Education have dropped the ball. Ministry of Health has dropped the ball, because we should be having education to people at the point in time that will help them know how to nurture their children, not that we now have things like this happen. So those are the people we should be calling out, not governor or
formal
commissioner.
Education is not what we're talking about here.
Communal.
When we were growing up, a lot of our values were formed from watching TV. I remember there was this, I still use that line, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Your mind is your superpowers. That's what I say to my kids. I learned that old line from an NTA series that I used to watch every 4 o'clock. Trying to remember it. They open it and you're forced to, you know, critical thinking was taught on TV. The National Orientation Agency cannot continue to run, I'm a beautiful Nigerian. See, we're not in this world to defend being Nigerian. We're in this world to show people what a Nigerian can be. And this, if the platform is, use all the influencers that you know. If the platform is on the social media, take over social media. Let the skits run on, you know, mindset shifts, building, critical thinking on all the platforms. This person is on TikTok. Use TikTok and educate. Let the skits go out. Zip Up was a skit that taught us abstinence. We remember. So that means it can be done and people will remember. That's what we can take. This is just a recap on the show today. We'll be seeing you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your enjoy the rest of World Mariam Day. Because if you don't know, it is World Mariam Day. Bye.
Bye. I feel so special.
Wow,
yes, so. You cannot let them forget.
Thank you, Sid.